Well, hey, Arizona, the West Coast, Midwest, South, East Coast, anybody from out of the nation that's watching, what's going on? This is HB, and you are tuning in to Nightly Decompression with myself, but more importantly, and as well, Dr. Angela Kinslow, great friend of mine, phenomenal person. I'm gonna let a few eyes get on the video, then I'm gonna bring her in. Maybe even a little bit early, why not? So welcome everybody. It is Thursday. We're almost at Friday, and we want you to go ahead and chime in. We're gonna talk about how to decompress from the day and just different techniques, different strategies, self-care elements that can help you just kind of shake off the energy of the day, shake off all the intensity, shake off all of the heaviness that's out here so you can be around a little bit longer. Hey, Dad, how you doing? Oh, man, I talked about you yesterday. Or was it yesterday? No, the day before. What's up, Ray? Yeah, come on, get in the closet, man. I got the cool Jamaica jersey on, representing for my brothers and sisters down there, without a doubt. Without a doubt. And so, everybody, thank you for tuning in. You are on the Nightly Decompression with HB and Dr. Angela Musaya. What's up? I miss you too. Give me a ring. Hit me up. Hey, Brenda Lynn, how you doing? Sophia, what's up? That's my old school, grade school buddies is on this bad boy. So we all over the place. I got to tell you how weird it has been for me doing these decompressions because all of my different worlds are colliding. So it's so funny. With that, I'm going to go ahead and bring Dr. Angela on, amazing psychologist who works with our military. She's a veteran herself, focuses on trauma, but just amazing, amazing individual with some beautiful spirit. Hey, Mama Jenna, what's going on? Got Ma on the line as well. That's what's up. So let me go ahead and bring on Dr. Angela. Hey. I'm going to get a Dr. Angela jersey. So that's the next shirt you're going to see. Dr. Angela.
I don't even have a Dr. Angela.
Hey, you don't need one.
Anyway, if we notice, HB doesn't have on a headset.
I do not have on a headset. Bob, how you doing? And if you watched the show yesterday, you will understand why that is so significant. Me not having on a headset, because the whole show yesterday was about this communication, interaction, about headsets with Angela and how well that communication went and how to voice your needs and all of that. And so today, right before we got on,
I heard him.
Pardon me?
I heard you. I
was clearly heard because I am not fond of wearing the headset during the show and the taping. It feels just like an obstruction, whatever. I'm just not comfortable totally with it, but I was willing to do it for the team. And I was going to make it work. Oh, man, I was going to pretend it wasn't even there. We was going to do this thing. But today when we got on, Dr. Kinslow said, hey, how about this? And gave us another solution that will allow me not to have to wear the headset, and we could just upload the video on Instagram anyway. That way we not all this split focus. And I was very grateful for it because I didn't want to do it anyway, but was going to do it. But this is the point. And this is what I want to say to you, Dr. Angela, is that a person has to create an environment for truth. When we talk about telling the truth, we only talk about the speaker. And all we talk about is they just need to say it. They need to tell the truth. They need to tell the truth. Need to tell the truth. Then why do good people lie sometimes? Why do good people avoid the truth? Why do good people, right? These are good people. But why? I believe that being able to tell the truth, one should have all this inner strength, but it's a person has to create an environment for that as well. Yeah. If every time I tell you what's on my mind and heart, you go off on me, you snap on me, you hurt my feelings, you exaggerate it, you turn into something that it's not, you don't know how to let it go, then why would I do that? Anyone would avoid that in some way, shape, or form. You know what I mean? And so I felt comfortable telling my truth. As simple as, you know what, the headphones
I'm
are
not so excited.
It's not, I'm not really excited about this, but being able to just say that and tell that truth to Dr. Angela, because she's the type of friend who would consider me. Yeah. And if you don't feel safe expressing your truths, I want you to consider who you're around.
Yeah. That's heavy.
You feel like they would take care of you?
That's heavy.
Your truth. So I felt taken care of. I feel like that Angela would take care of me. She wouldn't just make a move that will work for her no matter how uncomfortable I am. And I'm blessed to be surrounded by beautiful people that do consider me that way. And I try to consider others that way as well. But my question to you is, if you feel like you can't do that, do these people, will they take care of you? Do you feel safe? Do you feel like they would look out for your best interests and not? And it may be a reflection of how you handle them as well, right?
Right. Well, and I will say though, and now we're back on this topic instead of
just for a minute. We got 2 more minutes.
Just for a minute. But given sometimes people, it's not the person who they're communicating with. So let's say that I was the person who wasn't comfortable wearing the headset. So let's reverse this. And it was me, and you asked me to wear a headset and I wasn't comfortable. And I may not have, not me, but for this instance, I may not have been comfortable saying, HBI, I really don't want to wear headsets. And that might be all about me and have nothing to do with if you're safe. Absolutely. But it may be because I wasn't safe in the past to share my truth. And I wasn't safe in the past to be able to say what I need to say and to have my voice heard. So if you've not done that, practice. And then you can figure out, is this person safe or not? But just because you're not doing it, don't make the assumption, or because it's happened in the past where people haven't heard you, that the person who you're communicating with now doesn't.
Without a doubt. No, that's a great point. So thank you for that. Just wanted to give the follow-up on the headphones. So Mr. Ray,
I got my headphones.
We're absolutely about to talk about sleep. Ray said, let me show you what Ray just said.
Oh, look at that.
We both talking about sleep.
We're gonna
talking about it right now. Whatever, right?
All right. So we talked about sleep. We talked about sleep hygiene. The main focus last time, today's Thursday, so Tuesday, was the bed is sleep and sex. For some reason, I just went to the Bible with the bed is undefiled, but the bed, you can tell it's been ingrained in my head, right? The bed is for sleep and sex. That's all. Now you can have sleep and sex outside of the bed, but the bed itself is sleep and sex. No electronics in the bedroom, no TV in the bedroom. Make sure it's very dark, whether it's blackout curtains or you have a sleep mask for your eyeballs, your eyes.
You're learning.
Watch that last episode, you'll get what happened. Sleep mask. And also making sure that the temperature in the room is cool and that it's quiet, right? So that's sleep hygiene in a nutshell. Okay.
And for those that's chiming in today that didn't see Tuesday, just real quick, Dr. Angela, pardon my interruption. We're just saying how sleep is so important to us being able to have self-care, take care of ourselves, feel good, and for us to be able to rock in the long term. And so many people are sleep deprived. So this topic is very important. Thank you. Okay.
So there's some things that disrupt our sleep. And sleep is so important. I mean, we are created to sleep. There's unfortunately, especially amongst entrepreneurs or really driven business people, who will often say, I'll sleep when I'm dead. Yeah. Well, if you're not sleeping now, and if you're not sleeping adequately now, the research, the science tells us you will die sooner than what you would have died. So what you're saying is true. You will sleep when you die. But let's get out of that thinking so we can extend our life and actually live the amount of time that we were supposed to live, rather than making these decisions to shorten our life for short-term gain right now. Right.
Yeah. And it's a lot of quotes out there like that. You know what I mean?
And it's so unhealthy. I'll sleep when I die. No, you need to sleep now.
Edgar Allan Poe said that sleep is like little bits of death. So he avoided it as much as possible. But he was also Edgar Allan Poe. So you're kind of not trying to, you buy somebody's opinion, you buy their lifestyle. And Dad, the background music, like we said in the last video, it actually gets you used to a rhythm. So you start to anticipate a rhythm.
So your brain is still going.
Anticipate the rhythm. So that's why, as far as that's concerned, Dad. But it sounds like some waves or something like that, something without melody, that could be healthy. That could be okay. And
then that song Weightless that you can look up on YouTube.
Yeah, the song is Weightless. Thank you all for the research you did on our behalf. So,
yes. So there's different things that disrupt our sleep. And one of the things that I just want to mention initially, and then we'll go into some of the challenges that poor sleep causes.
Okay.
If you snore in any capacity, get that checked out. If you snore in any capacity, get that checked out, because you're not getting good quality. You're likely, let me correct that, likely not getting the amount of oxygen that you need as you're sleeping, which can be disruptive to sleep and then also cause additional cognitive challenges. If you're not getting enough oxygen, even hair loss. There's so many different things that happen with having poor sleep specific to snoring.
Okay.
And on top of that,
what it does to spouses and children.
Say it again.
Not to mention what it does to your
yes,
the children,
the noise. And if you're stopping breathing when you're sleeping, if you have a sleep partner who says, "Hey, when you're sleeping, you sometimes like,"
right,
you have to get that checked out right away. All right. Okay. So poor sleep. When we go to sleep, our brain is doing all kinds of good stuff for our body. Our body is taking a break, but it's actually doing a lot of work. One of the things that it's doing is putting things into long-term memory. So if my sleep is poor, right, then, HB left. All right. If my sleep is poor, then I'm probably starting to complain about, gosh, I don't remember things very well. My focus is off. I don't really remember what I did yesterday. It's, in detail like I should. Things just aren't sticking as much, because when we sleep with good sleep, memories are being moved from short-term memory over to long-term memory. And so oftentimes people will come in and they'll see me and they're like, gosh, doc, my memory, my focus, my concentration is just really, really off. And, they think they have a cognitive disorder when really they're not sleeping well. And once that sleep gets back on track, if you're snoring and you go get a CPAP and now you're able to sleep through the night, you'll start noticing that your mind goes back to being more sharp than how it is when you're not sleeping. Also, in HB, you mentioned this in our pre-conversation, is our mood, right? Irritability. If I'm not getting enough sleep, come hell or high water, it's a problem. And that's natural normal.
And when it comes to like attitude or being in that bad space where you're snappy and snippy with people, I'm a firm believer that as adults, we have a responsibility to avoid people if we don't know how to act. You know what I'm saying? If you're in that mood where you feel like you're just going off on folks, it's not up to everyone else to adjust to you, right? It's like, okay, let me be reflective and I need to just have some alone time right now. But I've had people around, and I know when I haven't had sleep and I feel myself just being short, it's like, okay, I need to go and spend, handle this or get some rest or make sure I go to bed early tonight. And even
consistently the same time.
Go to bed consistently
at the same time.
And I know myself, I've made the mistake of, in the day, and some people have done this as well. Like I'm gonna have a nightcap. I'm gonna drink and then try to go to bed. That kind of messes up your sleep pattern.
So alcohol actually, at about 4 hours after drinking alcohol, it not the word digest. what's the word where metabolizes. It
Metabolizes.
metabolizes and becomes a stimulant. So while when you first drink the alcohol and you're like, oh, I need it so I can go to sleep, and you drink and you pass out and it gets you tired and you're relaxed. And then later in the night, you're like, why am I awake? I'm tossing, I'm turning. Well, because now you have this stimulant in your body and it's going to make you up. So alcohol is actually not a good vice to have to help sleep.
Right.
I know. I'm ruining so many people's lives right now.
But
I'm just giving you the science.
To ignore everything we say here. You don't have to roll with it till you're ready. Because if you're not ready for it, it won't matter anyway.
Yeah, but it is important. And even going back to the folks who say, I'll sleep when I'm dead. If you're noticing you're not sharp and your concentration is off, or your focus is off, or you're snappy and you're irritable, you have to get sleep. And that's going to allow you to really get that energy back, right? And then chronic fatigue, that's a whole other thing, right? But there's so much that our body is doing, and we're just really touching on a few things: memory, concentration, your cognitive abilities. Again, a lot of folks who come see me who think and believe that they have these huge mental health challenges really just have a sleep challenge, and their body is responding to poor sleep.
Huh.
And it can be fixed with good sleep.
Wow. Just to throw this on here, because I know it's something I struggled with for a really long time. If I'm not careful, it could pop up here and there. I used to have the worst nightmares.
Mm-hmm.
The worst nightmares. And to the point to where it was night terrors. You know what I mean? And that would really affect my sleep, make me not want to go to sleep. It was intense. It was emotional. It was like going to sleep was a roller coaster journey. And it really took me some time to slay some dragons. You know what I mean? And
I'm going to imagine, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, that maybe that was addressed in a therapeutic setting.
It was.
Yeah.
It was a couple things, you know what I mean? Yeah. First of all, I'm very pro therapy.
Yeah.
I'm pro therapist. It is literally the only person other than a lawyer you can talk to that cannot tell nobody legally.
Unless you say that you're wanting to kill yourself, that you're abusing a child, a vulnerable adult, or if you have an identified person who you say that you're going to harm or kill.
Yes. So, but if it's out of that, then they keep secrets better than ex-girlfriend. I'm trying to tell you, right? And so that's somebody good to talk to. And I just believe everybody in the United States is traumatized. So we all should be talking to somebody at some point.
So if you're having consistent or persistent nightmares, night terrors, things like that, if that is what's disrupting your sleep, then my strong recommendation would then to seek, professional help. And then that way they can diagnose whatever's going on and then prescribe some type of therapeutic treatment to help with that.
Because sometimes we need help slaying our demons. Sometimes we need to at least be pointed in the right direction and given the right tools to do that, to handle things that we think, so many things we think we're past, they show up in our sleep. I truly believe that. So with that,
it's 6:15.
One of the beautiful things that can help all of this is breathing.
Yes.
And breathing well, taking those deep breaths. It is literally a way to connect with the world. When I meditate and I breathe, I imagine I am breathing for everyone. And I see just images of everyone around me breathing upon my command, upon my breath, following my lead. I see the world breathing. I see the trees breathing. I see literally the planet, all of us breathing in sync together. And that just does wonders for me. You know what I mean? So maybe that can help you as well. I'm grateful for you, Dr. Kinslow.
But I just want to say that's so much more beautiful than me saying it's the sympathetic nervous system and vagal stimulation that helps to bring things down so you can rest, relax, digest with the parasympathetic nervous system. Like your explanation of why to breathe is so much more beautiful.
But yours is science. This is poetry. So we need
I'm like, oh, that's so beautiful. But yes, breathe. Please take deep breaths. Engage that diaphragm. Deep breaths. Deep
breaths. Use the diaphragm. And I'm grateful for you, Dr. Angela, because you keep me from crossing verbal therapeutic boundaries, because I get excited and just start running and sharing my experience. So right on to your sister. Everybody, we are in a beautiful journey. We are in a beautiful battle. We are in a beautiful time where things that we know have existed for hundreds of years is being all rushed to the surface. So it could be overwhelming. It could be intense. But this is something we have to stick with. This is opportunity like never before. But in order for us to stick with this thing for the long run, well beyond the election, these problems didn't start with this election. They won't end with this election. We got to keep pushing it through. So we got to fight as warriors, but real warriors also know how to heal.
Yes.
I want you to, please don't forget that. I keep saying it. Warriors know how to fight, but they also know how to heal. We've been focused on fighting so long, we haven't been healing. So I appreciate you. I adore you all of you watching this. Please share the video. Follow us on Facebook. Follow Greg. I got 16 YouTube followers. I had 11 last week. I got another 5. So go on YouTube. Find me, Harold HB Branch III, and all of these videos are on YouTube. So you could forward those easily as well.
Oh no, I'm
okay, cool. Yeah, all right. Love y'all. Peace. Dad, appreciate you and love you very much. All right.
Bye, everybody.
See you tomorrow.